What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rudy Rodriguez Show Mott. Doing an impromptu here, man. Just finished watching the Indiana Pacers with the shocking 110 come from behind. Epic victory in Oklahoma City as Tyrese Halliburton hits an 18-footer with zero point 0.3 tenths of a second left in the game to knock off Oklahoma City, who led by 15 points in the fourth quarter with about 8 minutes or so to go in the game. Unbelievable comeback by the Indiana Pacers. But these guys have been doing this thing all playoff long. This isn't even a surprise. Are you really surprised? Like, can you really be surprised when you see a comeback like that from the Pacers right now? They did it against Cleveland. They did it against the Knicks. They did it against the Bucks. They did it against everybody. They've been doing it every single freaking series. And now, once again, they go into someone else's building and in game one, fall behind, down 9 with 2:52 to go in the game and win this damn game. Holy Lord. This is bananas. That's a very interesting comment right here. I did not know that. I did not know that. Wow. That's crazy. Welcome aboard, Free Mind. I don't know how many people are going to be on here with me tonight. I know we're not talking WNBA, but this I first half of the game, real talk, I was not even watching. It was so boring. I was honestly falling. I fell asleep. I fell asleep. Bro, you can come back with all your blood boiling. I was watching that second half. That second half, I'm watching these dudes come back. This is bananas. That was, bro, no one's watching the NBA comparatively to what you usually see. No one's watching the NBA finals, what it used to look like. They probably will do their worst ratings that you can possibly imagine. But holy shit, what a finish. They're down 9 with 2:52 to go. They were down 15 with what was the score? The score was 94-79 with 9:27 left. They're down 4. It's 14 with 8:57 left. And they just keep fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. Can't turn Indiana Pacers basketball off. It's bananas. The, crazy, bro. You got SGA missing a 10-footer in the final seconds, which set up that Tyrese Halliburton play. This this looks just like the freaking Knicks thing. I mean, hitting Nembhard hits a three, Neesmith hits a three. They're putting up buckets, man. Halliburton wasn't all that great in this game, man. 6 for 13, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. But my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. What a damn finish to this game. What's going on, everybody? Mitch, RSB, just saying, Doug, Robert, Cheetah, Malone, Mike, Freemind, Lindy, DJ, Tina Hay, Mike Hall. Man, appreciate y'all jumping on board. I'm supposed to have someone join me. I got a lot of opinions on what I saw. I got my boy telling me here, and if he shows up, because he said it'd be here in 5 minutes, but I don't know what his version of 5 minutes is. I mean, 5 minutes, that was like 11 minutes ago. So that was just freaking crazy. That was crazy right there because I mean, what can you say about stuff like that when you see that type of shit go on? I thought the defensive player blew it. I thought that he backed off way too much. He was trailing Halliburton on that final shot. I'm like, you had to stay on his hip. You cannot let him go off you. And instead he was trailing him. He was trailing him. And man, OKC is going to have to figure something out because the Indiana Pacers look like a team of destiny. Look like a team of destiny. And shit, this is just a continuation of what they've done in the first two rounds. first 3 rounds. First round, semis, conference finals. This looks like the first 3. I mean, what was the score at halftime? It was 57-45. OKC's up 12 despite shooting 37% because Indiana's turning the ball over left and right, left and right, left and right. 18 first half turnovers. They played much cleaner in the second half. They finished the game shooting 48% from the field, 46% from 3. And OKC ended up shooting only 39.8%. They went up a little bit, 36.7 from 3. But man, wow. I'm not here to talk about the Oilers. I'm not here to talk about the Oilers and Panthers. We lost yesterday. You want it's game 1. Game 1 is game 1. If you're coming here to troll me on an NBA video, I might just knock you right out of it. Just let you know. So let's keep it NBA, please. I'm here to talk about NBA right now. That was pretty impressive. I got Nick with me right now, and we're gonna talk some shit here because I don't think who knows what the hell he's talking about. Hold on, Nick. Let me get you in the room because I gotta fix this thing right here real quick. Camera slide. Hold on a sec, Nick. Because we obviously will always differ in opinion because he thought that was great defense. I saw basically them making a whole bunch of shots. Nick,
yo,
let's fix your name here. Let's have some capital letters for Christ's sakes.
Nick the genius.
Yeah, whatever. You were the one that was talking about how Oklahoma City was playing such great defense.
They were playing great defense.
Indiana just started some damn shots and they stopped turning the ball over like a fucking hot potato.
They made tough shots. Did you see?
Those were not tough shots in the fourth quarter, Nick. Were you watching the game?
Did you see Andrew Nembhard hit through his leg?
Okay, Nick. The fourth quarter, how many of those shots were open shots?
Are you going to count?
How many shots were open shots, Nick?
Do you think Turner shooting a sidestep 3?
How many shots? You're avoiding the question. How many shots were open shots, Nick? I was literally texting you if they're every open shot. Most of the shots were open shots.
By who?
By who?
Yeah.
Should I go back down the string of
no,
text?
Toppins hit a couple. And he was making 3.
They were wide open looks. Now, there was a couple of tough shots. Hell, I thought SJ made a really tough shot off the backboard, which was an incredible shot. And then the shot that I thought was fairly open with 10 seconds left, he bricked. He was open. That's a look he makes 9 out of 10 times.
He does make that.
He makes that 9 out of 10 times.
Indiana made some. Didn't Neesmith hit one?
It's a make-miss league, man.
Didn't Neesmith hit a tough one in the corner?
Okay, a tough one. Was it a tough one or was it a tough one?
It was a decent.
What is it, a tough one? Because this thing about open looks, if you got a foot in the NBA, it's an open look.
No, you can't say that. Then what is great defense?
You can.
So what is great defense?
Are you telling me that when you pump fake on somebody, they fly by you, you sidestep, because there's all these guys doing the NBA now. Are you telling me right now, you pump fake, he flies by you, you're shooting, looking at an open rim, that's not an open look?
You think dribbling and shooting off the dribble
is that an open look?
Is you think that? But
is it an open look?
Okay, he had a clean look at the basket, but
that's the question.
But do you think that it's an easy shot to make?
Do I think a 24-footer is ever an easy shot? No, but these are NBA players. They do now.
The level of difficulty on that shot was still tough by them.
Oh, bro, man.
By Turner. That's why I went off the glass. He didn't call.
He missed. He made it by accident.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm
trying
to say.
He made it by accident. But you know what? And so did DeWanna Bonner last week. I mean, and then she got hot. Turner was hot the whole quarter.
He made another mid-range. Yes.
Turner hit a 15-footer. You said was contested also. He was wide open.
Was a defender not within 1 feet of him?
He's 6'11". The guy that was contesting from the left side was a fucking guard.
It's Miles Turner.
He's open. He's a jump shooter, Nick. Miles Turner's a jump shooter in this league.
Off the dribble.
That wasn't off the dribble. That was a pick and roll.
The other one was a pick and pop. Bro, that was contested around two Pacers.
Bro, there were wide open looks that entire fourth quarter. Tyrese Halliburton. You sat here and said that was great defense. That was not great defense.
Kudos to the Pacers. Was
that great defense? He trailed him off the bounce.
Did you see how much balls Oklahoma got their hands off? They played great defense.
Again. Is that sloppy or is that?
Rudy, sometimes you got to give a hand clap to the team who made good shots. They made plays.
They scored
Indiana,
66 points in the second half. So
Indiana
the point was that they made shots.
They made plays in the second half. Yeah, we'll give it to them, but they still were getting harassed. Halliburton still was a non-factor for most of it until the end of the game.
I'm not talking about him being a factor or a non-factor. I'm talking about most of the looks in the fourth quarter.
They had to
were
take
largely
him off the ball
much more
because
open
he was
looks.
harassed.
Okay, great. And he hit the game-winning shot,
He
and you said
did.
that was good defense.
No, I didn't say it was a good defense. I said it was a great play by him. I said he made a stopping pop. You said.
I said that was shit defense.
No, you said the guy left him.
He did. Look at the flag from behind. He trailed him off the bounce. And then all Tyrese Halliburton did was stop right here. And the dude keeps on going.
Halliburton left
in back position.
He thought Halliburton was going to keep going to the basket. He stopped him.
He had no time left. There was 1 second left.
No, it was not. It was 3 seconds left when he shot the ball, Rudy.
So you telling me the ball in the air took 2.7 seconds to get to the rim?
Yeah, by the time he stopped and pop, he still had 3 seconds left.
Let's take a look. We're gonna. I can't play it on here because I don't want the whole show to get pulled down real fast.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I don't.
You were watching with your
I watched a game and you compared it to your high school basketball team's defense, and yeah,
they were playing.
Second half, they give 48% shooting. You need to not post while during the game. You should wait to the end.
I should wait to the end.
Wait to the end because you look stupid now.
When it comes to Indiana, they make me look like a fool every time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's look at here.
They're a tough team, man.
Let's look here. Okay, 4, 3. He shot the ball with 2.2 seconds left.
Exactly, Rudy. So it's still. So you think he can't get to the basket with 2.2
There was
seconds?
traffic all through there. Go look at it.
That's not what the defender's thinking. The defender.
Bro, Alex Caruso was standing right there. Go look at it.
So what do you want the defender to do in that moment? That was a good shot.
He can't get beat off the dribble immediately.
Rudy,
he got beat off the dribble immediately. They're not gonna call a foul in this league right there. You get on his hip, they're not gonna call a foul. He's right-handed. They're not gonna call a foul, bro.
So the best
thing. It's a big time shot. It's a big time shot. It's a big time shot, but don't say it was a covered shot, and don't say it was good defense.
I didn't say it was a covered shot. I said he stopped and popped on him. You said
they played shit. You made it sound like the OKC Thunder were the New York Knicks and the Miami Heat in the first half.
Rudy.
When the Miami Heat and New York Knicks played in the fucking 90s, them games were in the 30s.
Yeah, because they also couldn't score. They couldn't even shoot.
No, because it was like a fucking street fight.
No, because they couldn't shoot and they couldn't shoot and they played a slow paced brand of basketball. Cut it out, man. Stop doing that. When y'all
dude, stop doing what?
Another thing that
they shot under 40%.
They played aggressive defense. So you over here talking about, that's a foul. Oh, they
all right. Yeah, because he did something. He did.
Oh my gosh. He pushed
I said one play was a foul.
I'm gonna referee call it.
I said one play was a foul.
No, one play he pushed Siakam. Oh my god!
Yeah, with his right arm, he had it in his rib. He's 6'9", going fast.
I think
a slight bubble pushed him right over.
I think women's basketball is changing your mindset of what hard foul is.
No, actually, women's basketball fouls are way harder than the bullshit.
No, they're not. They just stumble around more, and it looks like it's a hard foul.
No. If there was someone that fouled somebody like Dejounte Carrington fouls in the WNBA, them dudes would be in fist fights.
Rudy, tonight
them dudes would be in fist fights.
There was a lot of bumping. There was
them
a lot
dudes
of
would be in fist fights.
There was a lot of grabbing. There was a lot of pushing. There was a physical defense tonight.
Physical defense. I want to go take a look at about the
Indiana Pacers. Lou Dort was everywhere.
Great. Yes, that's his job. Literally what he does for his job. That's why he has a job in the NBA. Plays fucking linebacker.
Alex Caruso was
another guy that plays fucking linebacker. Like they don't play.
Williams was everywhere. I'm telling you, these guys.
Did you see the foul? Did you see the shot that Caruso made when he flopped the fuck out of bounds that went off the backboard? It was a foul. It was a foul.
So he beat Toppins and he
towards the end of the game. It was in the fourth quarter.
Isn't that the same play the same play? Hold on. That's the same play you said that Sabrina Ionescu got a foul on Hall.
I said it. I didn't say it wasn't a foul. You're not letting me finish the statement.
Okay.
I'm saying he flat out flopped to like really bait it because he went flying like 4 yards on that play.
10 to 30.
What?
Coming at him with speed. And he's off balance. Rudy, that's gonna happen.
Okay, so what you're saying is that that's a foul, but when dude has his arm in Siakam's ribs, pushing. And Siakam is 6'10", and you do a little shove, it's gonna fucking make him fall over, right?
Rudy,
Okay, all right.
wasn't Siakam holding him back?
No, actually, what happened was, if you look at it, he stuck his arm under Siakam and he was shoving with his right arm.
No.
Hey, they didn't call it. Fine. I was just making a point that Alex Caruso looked like he got shot out of the cannon on a basic nudge. It was a foul.
No,
but he went flying. He looks like LeBron. He tries to bake those fake ass charge calls. Man, he tried to bull that shit in the last minute of the game.
Toppins came at him with a lot of speed and power on that one. I'm not gonna say that.
You're all over the place. I want to look at a real quick number, because Indiana's defense is so great now. From what you just made it seem, Indiana's defense is literally 10th in the East. They have one of. Let's look at league wide. What is Indiana's defense?
Rudy,
middle of the pack. Let's not act like Indiana's got some great defensive fucking skills.
Rudy, they were picking
defensive
up full court
skills.
They both were picking up.
You just said that Indiana's got. I mean, OKC is in the top of the league and third in defense. Indiana's not a defensive team.
They were both picking up.
OKC shot under 40%.
I think my problem.
Indy shot 48%.
OKC went small down the stretch for no reason. They should have kept it big. They should have kept Hartstein in. They should have kept Chet in. They took him out. I don't know why they did that. I didn't like those moves. I think they're trying to take away the three ball.
Who's the coach? Who's the coach?
Mark Daigneault.
He never been there before. He never been there before. Rick Carlisle has. Rick Carlisle been there before.
Popovich been in the finals before. He took out his.
And you know what? He'll never live that one down. He'll never live that one down. He will never. I think Popovich is the most overrated basketball coach in NBA history, because he never given so much talent to somebody to sit here and say, yeah. I mean, we got David Robinson. He missed last season. Okay, we get number one pick. Oh, we're going to get Tim Duncan now. Oh, shit. And we're going to win a title the next year because we have the best team in the league.
What about the other four?
Huh?
What about the other four?
I'm sorry. Then he had Tony Parker and Manu.
You didn't think Tony Parker was going to be that good?
But they were that good.
You didn't think Tony Parker.
But Tim Duncan was a second-year player when he won a championship, and he's there for the next 15 years.
You don't think that they were that good because of Pop had a freaking?
They were. Are you serious? You think that they won a championship in year two because of Greg Popovich? Could he have won a championship in year two without Tim Duncan, just David Robinson? No. Could he have won a championship in year two with just David Robinson?
Who else they added? They needed something else. Every coach.
Do you remember what happened?
Every coach needed players to win.
They were a damn good team.
Yeah.
Robinson got hurt. The whole year.
They got lucky.
The number one pick.
Yeah.
They still have a prime David Robinson, who's an MVP player, and now you added Tim Duncan, who ended up becoming better than Robinson inside of 2 years. Didn't they win 2 rings with Robinson and Duncan?
No, Robinson only
won
one.
2 rings. Only one?
Yeah.
Let me confirm. Because I know they won that first one, and we all know why. That was because of fucking.
The next one they won was in 2004, because the Lakers won the three-peat after that.
He's a 2-time champion, 99 and 03.
Oh, so 2 rings. Okay.
2 rings with David Robinson and Tim Duncan. That was Robinson's last year.
But he wasn't a big factor in 03 then.
No, that was his last year. That was his final season. He played and started in 64 games his last year. He wasn't the same guy. But the whole thing was that you have a coach that, I'm not a fan. I've never been a fan of Greg Popovich personally. I think he gets a gift. He didn't turn the Bulls from a conference semifinalist type of team to a champion like Phil Jackson. And I'm not a Phil Jackson fan, but Phil Jackson turned teams into championship teams. He got a team, huh?
But Popovich turned the team into championship.
No, he got a number one pick in the draft. That's what turned it into a championship team.
The number one pick in the
draft.
Yeah, I get that, but how many?
The team, do you know what their record was the year before that Robinson got hurt?
They were one of the top teams in the West, but that was 90 in 97, right?
97, and Tim Duncan. I'm sorry, David Robinson was the league MVP.
They didn't win. Who went to the championship that year? Seattle.
I know they didn't win. I know they didn't win. The point
you need pieces. You can't just have one player. I get what you're saying, but only David Robinson was on the team. You're going to Sean Elliott. That's what you're going to count on. Sean Elliott.
I'm just gonna let you know who they had on the team, man.
Avery Johnson, the white.
So they were 20-62. What year was that? That was in 1996-97. The year before that, they were 59-23.
No, I get what you're
They were
saying.
the second best record in the West, and that was the year the Bulls won, obviously
Yeah,
72-10.
against
They had the
Seattle.
fourth,
No,
fourth, fourth. That was I'm looking at it right now.
Utah, back to back. Utah, that was Utah.
The Bulls won the championship. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm saying against Utah, out the West.
Yes, and they had a better record than Utah. The
Okay.
Spurs did.
So, but their roster though, who else?
Their
Dave
roster.
Robinson.
Their roster: Willie Del Negro, Sean Elliott, Avery Johnson, Chuck Person, Doc Rivers, David Robinson, Charles Smith. Again, they were 59-23. I know they're all bus drivers and janitors.
No, I'm not
JJ
saying that.
Redick.
No, I'm not saying
Let's
that.
go look at the rest. Let's look at their team the year after.
I'm talking
the
about
year
their
after
roster.
he gets back.
Rudy, listen.
Their roster is basically the same fucking thing.
Listen, though, that's not a roster to win a championship. You have one superstar, and then you have a bunch of role players around him: Vinny Del Negro, Avery Johnson, Sean Elliott.
Who they beat to win their first ring?
Who did they what?
Who they beat to win their first ring?
They won their first championship.
Yeah,
the Knicks.
The Knicks had any stars on that team?
Don't do that to me. I love Latrell Sprewell. That's my favorite.
He wasn't no fucking star. He was no star.
Allen Houston.
No star.
Allen Houston. Marcus Camby. Patrick Ewing was on his last leg, but he was there.
There's no stars in that. That Knicks team got the gift of having played the Heat in the first round because it was a strike seat in the lockout season, and the Heat got stuck with a 1-8 seed.
No scrub.
Latrell Sprewell wasn't a star though.
Latrell
Sprewell wasn't leading nobody to no championship.
Borderline star, a 20-point-a-game star. Allen Houston's a 20-point-a-game player.
Those aren't stars, bro. Come on.
Those are like
the whole point was I think the coach made a mistake. That's all. OKC's coach made a mistake. He made a major mistake.
Yes, he did. I think so too. I said that.
And I still think Popovich is overrated as shit. So, hey, hell, he changed the course of the Big Three because it would have ended that year. It would have ended that year.
The Indiana Pacers defense like that New York Giants regular season defense.
Bro, the Indiana Pacers didn't do shit defensively. Fucking OKC just started missing shots. That's my whole point. I didn't see this great defense that you're talking. I saw guys missing open fucking looks.
No.
On both sides.
OKC played tremendous defense, man. Pacers just started making some.
The Pacers shot 48%. OKC shot 39%. So the Pacers played tremendous defense. Do you really believe that?
I said OKC.
Okay. Do you believe Indiana played tremendous defense?
I thought Indiana played good defense.
Okay. They shot 39%.
They picked up full court. They made it hard. You know, they had TJ out there. They had Neesmith. They were playing decent defense, man. I can't take that away from them.
OKC choked.
OKC choked.
They choked, bro.
They
choked, and they're gonna lose the series now because of this. It's the same shit that happened to people. There was a freaking douchebag on that I saw that said Indiana has had the road to the championship in history.
Who said that?
I saw it. Let me see if I find it here. I almost gagged on myself because I'm sitting here like they can't be serious.
They had Giannis in the first round,
and they won. They won what?
4-1. They beat everybody.
They won in Milwaukee. They then won 3 times in Cleveland. And then they won twice in New York.
Cleveland, the team that Charles Barkley every time he got a chance said they were going to win the championship. This team is going to win the championship. If you don't believe that, you're stupid. You're stupid. I'm like.
Let me see if I find this shit.
So I'm not going to say that Cleveland is an amazing team, but they did win over 65 games.
They won 68. Oh, the Cleveland was 64 and
64,
18?
65, something
whatever
like
it was.
But they were on pace for 70, sort of like that. They did have some injuries down the stretch.
I'll tell you, I fell asleep in the first half.
David, Canadian football is superior to watch than the NFL. I prefer to watch the Canadian Football League than the NFL. NFL is slow and boring to me. They take 40 seconds to run a play. It's slow. The special teams don't matter. I don't enjoy the NFL like y'all do. I don't. And that's not me being biased because I played in the CFL.
Where is that video?
Yeah. Just saying, yeah. Canadian football. David, what you want me to say? I'm gonna keep it real. I don't enjoy the NFL
I
like
think
y'all.
I think the NFL sucks, by the way. So you're not you ain't getting a disagreement out of me. I think the NFL sucks.
How you gonna say the NBA Finals is boring when we just had a thriller that just
I,
ended like that?
because of exactly what I told you last week, it'll be the lowest rated finals
It
ever.
will be, but if you're a
Because
basketball fan, I think this is one of the best
no, I
finals.
think I think for the purpose of moving past this generation of LeBron and Steph and KD and these guys, you need to have fresh blood in the finals. You need to have it.
It got to
SGA
change.
SGA just won league MVP. He's in the finals.
They don't promote him. They
You
didn't
just
promote him this year
yeah, but they're not because they can't promote the Canadian as
because
the
he's
fucking,
Canadian. That's what I
they
said.
can't promote the Canadian to be the face of the NBA. Like you can't do it. You need an American. Keep saying it.
We don't
I'm not
have an
being,
American.
by the way, folks, I'm gonna do a video on Chat GPT being racist. You're gonna see it probably tomorrow. You're gonna get a real laugh at it. So I'm giving you a teaser. I'm giving you a teaser. Chat GPT is racist.
Chat GPT is racist.
Chat GPT is racist. Is anyone interested in knowing why? I may tease this a little bit.
Go ahead.
I ran multiple simulations on Chat GPT of a one-on-one game between who?
Larry Bird and I don't know who.
Shut the fuck up. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. I ran simulations on this. I ran various simulations with different rule sets. And there's going to be a section of people that say that Chat GPT is racist.
What happened? Who won? We got to wait. We got to wait.
You got to wait. You got to wait. You got to wait. I ran so many different simulations.
I love a cliffhanger.
With different rules, whether it was just shooting threes, just middies, only play left-handed, only play right-handed,
only play left-handed,
blindfolded, 3 dribbles. I might do a few more. I did like 7 of them, 7 or 8 of them. And it was really, really fucking funny. The way they actually give you a whole breakdown of it. I thought it was hilarious. What happened to the Panthers yesterday? We're not talking about hockey right here. They lost. That's what happened. They gave the shit away. They're up 3-1. They blew the game. That's what happens. They blew the game.
Rematch.
Shit happens. They're gonna win game 2. They're gonna win game 2.
They're playing in Edmonton, right?
Yeah, they were 8-2 on the road. It's got nothing to do with road or home.
No. I know.
Hockey road home doesn't mean shit.
I've been keeping up with that a little bit. I'm not gonna say a lot, but I've been keeping up enough to know that they're road warriors.
Wait, David, are you serious? Are you serious, David? Did that really happen? I just did this on my own. I didn't did that. I'm not looking at them, so I don't know. Please confirm. Did that really happen? Because then I might not do the video because I don't want it to be looking like I'm watching that shit because I didn't actually watch that shit. I didn't watch, so I have no idea. Did that actually happen, David? Please confirm or deny.
For reasons I'm not explaining, Angel Reese is good at making layups.
Who saw that video of her flip-flopping around the basket with little pads?
What's wrong with that?
My guest is not he's not a guest. He's not a guest.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with Angel Reese?
Dude, that's not game situation stuff.
What do you want her to do? You want Lisa Leslie to be out there defending her, trying to make layups?
Okay, we're not going. We're talking about this shit right now. Still, I'm not talking about this shit. That's a completely different topic. He's not a guest. He's literally fucking one of the founders of this fucking show, man.
I'm just absent. Rudy's
he's just absent. He's one of the founders. Hell, he's the one that called me to get on the show.
I'm the one that came up with the name.
I don't remember who came up with the name, to be honest.
It was me. I came up with the name, but Rudy's he's the bus driver. He makes everything go.
This is what happens when you get someone to do all the work for you.
Yeah,
he's like the kid that gets the A in the test, but he didn't do shit in the project.
You know what? I found somebody to make the videos for me.
You see, Aaron Rodgers is finally deciding to tell people he's going to sign next week before camp with the Steelers. After I drop an Aaron Rodgers video this morning, he's announced this.
He announced it?
And he said this after all of these voluntary OTAs have done. So now he's going to sign to go to the mandatory shit.
Somebody said Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers is like it's like when you it's like that old that girl from high school who was so beautiful, and then now 20 years later she has 4 kids and she finally wants you now. You're like, damn, I don't want you anymore. Like that's the equivalent of Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers right now. Like you're not the same person that we thought you were. Like this, I don't even get the hype. Or why are we even making such a big story out of Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers? At he's not the same player.
Mm-hmm. He I think he watched my video with
Who
the
that?
120 views that it got. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh man.
What the hell? Goodbye, Forrest. I'll be back when I'm a single. What the hell are you talking about? Oh my word! What is going on?
Goodbye first.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what
I
just
don't know
saying
what
this
that
was
is.
talking about right now.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
So Rudy, you're not intrigued by the NBA Finals? You're not, or
No,
you just
I mean,
talk shit about it, bro?
I mean, am I excited about it?
No.
If they were, we got to be real. Look, man, at the end of the day, this is still OKC versus Indiana. Like,
Well, we got to start.
no one, except for people in OKC and Indiana, largely, no one around the country wants to see OKC versus
Yeah,
Indiana in the
I think
NBA Finals.
I agree.
Heck,
I
and
agree.
even before Steph Curry, nobody wanted to see the Golden State Warriors. They weren't anything special, but the Knicks, God, the Knicks needed to make the finals.
The Knicks needed to make the finals.
They
That's why.
needed to make the
So
finals.
that's why when people say, "Oh, it's rigged," it's rigged.
No, it's not rigged. Not when you have a damn fucking the biggest media market in the nation, in the world, probably, and you have them there, and
On the
you
doorsteps.
right there,
On the
right
doorstep.
there. Though the ratings are gonna stink, David. I have no doubt they're gonna
Under
stink.
5 million?
No, I don't know. It'll be that. It won't be
No,
that
that's.
low. It'll be under. I think it'll be under 10 though. It was about 11 last year. 11 last. I think it'll be under 10.
I think.
Probably eight
I
or
think
9.
the end of the game might have saved him. I think people might have tuned into for the end. If you know what, maybe not because the game ain't get close to like the last.
The last 5 minutes, literally, it was a trash can. It was a trash ass game until basically like the last 5-6 minutes because they were up 14 with 8 minutes to go. You know, they were down 9 with still under 3 minutes to go.
See, if you really watch this playoffs, you will enjoy this finals because OKC's they're up and down, they're fantastic, and Indiana, you can't go to sleep on them. Like I remember going to sleep on them earlier in the playoffs, and I cut the game off and I cut it back on, and I seen everybody writing me on WhatsApp. Oh my God, that's crazy! I can't believe it. I'm like, man, I went to sleep. This game was over.
Bro, what did I do? What did I do? What was it? A couple weeks ago?
The Knicks game one.
The Knicks game, they're down 17.
Game one.
I turned that shit off.
Rudy.
No, I turned it off when they were down 8 with like 35 seconds. I went to watch some of the game.
No, I cut it
and
back.
then I go on my phone. I'm like, wait, ESPN just said who won?
I cut it back on at that time just because what's been happening all playoffs. The playoffs, it seemed like nobody could keep a lead up 10-12 with 2 minutes left. So that first game against the Knicks, they up 15 with like 5 minutes left. And I'm like, man, I got to go to work in the morning. I got to get up. I got to take the kid to school. I'm going to sleep. And then 2 minutes later, I say, nah, let me just check the score. And Neesmith hit a 3 to cut it to 8 with like a minute and 50 seconds left. I said, hold on, let me finish watching this game. And a good thing I stayed up. And then that's the Halliburton game when the ball bounced up 20 feet in the air and came back in. I said, this is crazy. He got the mojo right now, Rudy. Like
Halliburton?
No matter how bad the game is going for him or whatever's going on for him, he just feel like he's gonna make that game-winning shot. He did it against Milwaukee. He took Giannis to the basket. He did it against the game against Cleveland. He ran back. He went to the basket against New York and then ran back.
That miracle bounce is why they're in the finals.
And that's why
bounce is why
that's why Tibbs is fired.
Which he should never be fired. That's ridiculous.
I mean, Rudy, I can see both sides of it.
That's just ridiculous, man. How can you?
So it's out of that.
You can't blame. You cannot blame Tom Thibodeau for them turning halfway fucking retarded in the last 6 minutes, missing 3 free throws over the last 2 minutes, turning the ball over, taking bad shots, and then Aaron Nesmith hitting 6 threes because your dumbass players ain't guarding him.
Rudy, he made a couple of those were some decent threes.
No, but I'm saying it's like, how are you blaming Thibodeau for that? They're up 17 with Thibodeau coaching them.
What about the rest of the games? I'm just saying.
Dude, they would have been up. It would have been 3-3.
It would have been.
They would have been up 3-2 going back to Indiana.
I think the fact that they lost to Indiana.
Of course, that's what it is. It's not about the fact that they lost. It's that they lost to Indiana.
Yes, you think that this.
And it's that TNT's got Reggie Miller sitting there commentating, which is such a fucking conflict of interest.
What are you supposed to not let him commentate?
You can't, man. This is the problem with what's going on now. It's like the CBS. You know what the CBS women's basketball commentating group is going to be, which I got to do a video on too.
What?
I got a bunch of videos. I got like 9 videos I got to do right
about CBS for
women. They're going to have 4 games on CBS.
They're going to have
2 of them are Indiana versus Chicago.
Two of
the games are Indiana versus Chicago. You want to know who's commentating? Dawn Staley and Renee Montgomery. Renee Montgomery is the part owner of the Dream, who said that they're not like us and disrespected everybody in Indiana. And Dawn Staley, who still has nightmares over Caitlin Clark from 2023.
She gave Caitlin Clark her kudos.
Bro, no. She's just been interviewed again about her. She does not care for Caitlin Clark. You have 2. First of all, neither of them is a commentator. Why are they doing a broadcast? You couldn't find, I don't know, someone that has no affiliation to ownership of a team who's publicly made comments about the Indiana Fever fan base?
Monica McNutt.
No, man.
I'm
gonna go here. Tell me exactly why the NBA desk now has women on the NBA desk, but there's no men on the women's desk. Tell me why the NBA has Doris Burke doing their fucking comments. She sucks doing the damn NBA finals when we had Mark Jackson. We had Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, which was fucking comedy gold.
Comedy gold.
Now we got Doris Burke. Is it Richard Jefferson?
Yes. So Doris Burke.
Oh my God, she's terrible.
So Obi Toppins had a couple turnovers to start the game, and she was like, "Oh, he got some of those." Obi Toppin made a lot of turnovers to start the game. He got those little pregame jitters. The whole Indiana team was making turnovers. It wasn't just
they committed 18 turnovers in the first half.
She tried to point him out like it wasn't just him. Everybody was turning that damn ball over in the first half. So I don't know.
I'm gonna show this to you right now.
I don't know why they got rid of Mark Jackson and Van Gundy.
Money. They wanted to cheapen it up, and they had to bring a woman into the conversation. I mean, just all respect to women. I don't want to see women fucking doing commentating for fucking NFL games as an analyst.
They had to pay McAfee.
I don't fucking know. I'm just sick and tired of it. Like, yo, if you want to, you can have women do the damn women's games. That's fine. You cannot put the coach of South Carolina, who has a full-time job as a coach, and the freaking part owner of the Dream, who's been negative about the Indiana Fever. You gotta have actual, I don't know, journalists.
Let's get Rudy on there on the.
Oh, I did request credentials for the 14th for Indiana. Let's see if they give me credentials so I can ask questions in their Zoom press conferences. Let me show you this right here. This is freaking bananas. This is what Gilbert Arenas was saying tonight about this game while it was going on. I can't find that other video. I'm trying to see if I can find that other video still.
What did Gilbert say?
Something stupid.
Like yesterday when he said it.
Like every day, every day when he's breathing. Here, listen to this.
If you're Indiana, are you just happy you got here? No, I think them being here does fuck them up because now I think the Indiana fan base actually think that they're a legit championship team.
They just won. He said that shit with 9 minutes to go. They just won game 1. I wonder what he's gonna say now at the end. I wonder what he said at the end.
This team was in the conference finals last year.
Yeah, he acts like they fucking weren't almost here last year.
Rudy, this team was one of the best teams in the NBA in the second half of the season.
You probably will get credentialed before me.
Rudy, this team beat Cleveland. This team beat Milwaukee.
This is Gilbert Arenas.
Beat New York. All of a sudden now New York wasn't a good team because Mike Greenberg went out there and now he's trying to bash New York. New York team, like when the season started, this season started, and they traded for Mikal Bridges, and they had OG and Cat and Brunson and Hart and Mitchell Robinson. You thought this is one of the best starting fives in the league. Like next to Boston, we thought Boston was the runaway team to win the East. You thought it was the Knicks had the chance, and before Philly blew up, we thought Philly was going to be one of the top teams in the league. So all of a sudden now the Knicks aren't a good team. Like y'all do anything to slander a team to make this other team look bad. No, Indiana is a good basketball team. If you watch Indiana play, they have 10 players who can play basketball.
They run 10 deep. TJ
McConnell could start on my team any day. I say this every time and people laugh at me. TJ McConnell is a good point guard. I love that guy. He can. I don't know why he doesn't start in the NBA. He's one of those tough white kid. Tough white kid.
He can't be white and start in the NBA. Come on now.
He gets to the best. Why? Come
on. I'm being very, very sarcastic.
I know. But I'm trying to think. There are some white point guards, right?
Luka,
European. I'm talking about white.
No starters. Peyton Pritchard comes off the bench.
Damn.
No, there's not.
Come on, white guys, get y'all.
This is the point. Like this is the bullshit that comes out of Gilbert Arenas' mouth when he talks about the NBA all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He has no idea. I mean, this guy, for being a former player, he says some of the most insane shit. They're in the finals.
And
they won the game. Here, let's continue. Let's see what else he had to say. I didn't listen to this.
This is how they've been the whole playoffs, though. They've been down, and then you can't count them out.
Where was Kenyon Martin to shut this fucking idiot up?
And they were on the road.
And they're gonna
hey, let's hear this. I'm sorry. Let's see.
Expect it from them, and I don't think that they know reality of the teams that are being built. The Dallas building teams, the Los Angeles building teams, Boston reloading, the Giannis moving somewhere. Your team ain't built for that, and you're going to put so much pressure on this team to try to repeat and get back here, and
What the hell is he talking about?
What if they got to do it right now? Right now, I can't worry about what other teams got going on. They're playing a basketball game. Guess what? Teams go and run.
Oh, here we go. I found the video. Here's the video. I got the video. This is the video. This is the video where this guy's just insulting everything about the Indiana Pacers. It's just categorically ridiculous to me. But let's see here. Share screen. This is fucking bananas in my opinion.
A lot of these. See, that's why when I argue with people online, I don't like it. Go ahead.
This is Breakfast Ball Live. I don't know what this is specifically. Let me see where Breakfast Ball Live is. Breakfast Ball.
They come on Fox Sports before they replace
Breakfast Ball. It's let's see. I'm gonna be hosted by Craig Carton, Mark Schlereth, and Danny.
Yeah,
Parkins.
they took over for damn.
It's first on thing, Fox. Yeah,
they
Fox,
took over for First Thing First. Because First Thing First moved to a later slot. So they took over for First Thing First.
All right, so let's play this shit. This fucking idiot.
You beat a hurt Cavs team.
Yep.
Major injuries across the board. Mm-hmm. Two of their best three players didn't play essentially in that series. You did not play the Boston Celtics, and you played a flawed Knicks team. You earned your right here.
Wait. They beat the flawed Knicks team that beat the Boston Celtics.
But they didn't beat the
Celtics. And I'm sorry, the Knicks were going to win that series regardless. We know that.
They didn't beat the Celtics though.
They didn't beat the Celtics, but the team that beat the Celtics, they beat. And they would have, and the Knicks were winning that series against the Celtics.
Rudy,
they were already.
Now everybody's running with this rhetoric that the Knicks are flawed. The Knicks are a good team. They have one of the best starting five.
The Knicks should have won that fucking series.
Now is Cat a moron when he comes to being a defender?
Yeah, and a pussy. Yeah, I know he's a pussy too. But
he has so much talent. Is he a moron on the defensive side? Yes. Does he make the dumbest fouls that I've seen in history of basketball? Steph Curry used to make those fouls, and for the life of me, I couldn't understand it. But that's why I say every player is not smart. So when these players get and start talking about basketball later on, I'd be like, you weren't a smart basketball player. How are you going to tell me about basketball? Just because you made it to the NBA, that don't mean you were a smart player. I play with a lot of players who were just talented and athletic. That's why they made it there, not because they were smart. Not because they know why we ran this set or why we are. No, they ran that set because coach told us to run that set, but they didn't know why. They didn't know you know, if I set this screen, this defender. That's why a lot of big men, they're definitely not the people I want to listen to. It's usually point guards are usually smarter.
Did you hear what Gilbert Arenas said about Karl Anthony Towns?
Yes.
He called him a bad-bodied woman.
Yes.
Carl, would he say that to Carl's head knocked the fuck off? Like, you crossing certain lines where I know I've crossed certain lines on certain topics, but I'm nobody. I'm a nobody. I mean nothing to their. They're never gonna see me. But beyond that, I don't know that I've ever called a man a bad-bodied woman with a short torso, long legs, and big feet and big hips. Like you just talked about an all NBA player. Whatever your opinion is of him.
Yes, you could tell me that he sucks.
He's still one of the most talented players in the league.
Yep.
He's a bit of a pussy at times. He commits dumb fouls. We know this. Hell, he was told that by Charles Barkley on the set afterwards.
Yes.
Like, what are you doing? But a bad body, compare him to a woman? Bro, I don't think that Gilbert Arenas ever wants to see Karl Anthony Towns in person. Because Karl Anthony Towns might just fuck him up.
I don't know, man. Gilbert don't care. Gilbert,
he doesn't have to care. No, Gilbert also doesn't want to fight because Gilbert's the same guy that says he doesn't fight nobody. No, he'll just knock you up beside your fucking head.
Gilbert says he'll pull out the tool.
Yeah, that's just crazy. I don't know if you saw that freaking thing with Javaris Crittenton, the video.
No, I didn't get to watch it yet, Rudy.
Go watch that crap. That dude ruined Crittenton's life. Like, he ruined his life. He turned that dude down the wrong spiral. If the spiral down to hell. Like, you look at that, you watch that video and I think Gilbert Arenas is the producer of it. I think it was his idea. He feels bad. You can tell. You did that to a 20-year-old. Yeah. Like, you ruined that dude's life, and everything went sideways from that point on. And Gilbert Arenas thinks that shit is. He's like that guy those idiots that make prank videos. Yeah. But when they get the shit kicked out of them, it was just a prank. No, motherfucker. You don't get to prank someone putting a gun on their chair.
I paid attention to Javaris Crittenton when he came out because he went to the college with my high school player.
Yeah, he went to high school with Peacock. He was
a beast. And they had like a fabulous 4 freshman crew they had like a good freshman crew that came in that year. Yeah.
That's right, radio. He said he was built like a whole bitch. That's what he said. Those were his words. A whole bitch. Call the man that shit? He bring his enforcer, Lexi Brown.
That's fighting words, man.
Yeah, like, so you were saying, like, Crittenton with Peacock.
Yeah, he came in with a good crew at Georgia Tech, so I thought he was going to be a decent player, like pick number 6 or something like that.
He was a beast, bro. He was incredible.
Athletic. He had a nice little game.
Dude, and you walk in the locker room and this dude's put a fucking gun on your chair.
I gotta go watch it, man.
You gotta go watch that because that guy's life went the wrong direction from that point on.
I mean, you gotta take some accountability though, right?
He was out of the league, dude.
But he has to take.
He was out of. He got hit with shit that Gilbert Arenas didn't get hit with. Gilbert Arenas was the one that should have been suspended. Crittenton should never have been suspended.
Yeah.
If you watch that thing, Crittenton should never have been suspended. Everything he did was reaction to Gilbert Arenas's taunting and threats and bullying. Like, he was a bully, but he won't fight nobody because he get his ass yoked out by people more often than not. Yeah, man. He went to prison, bro. Yeah, Arenas' son got into a car accident. That was very. The car actually fucking completely malfunctioned and ran him free.
Cybertruck.
He's okay now, thankfully. But nah, Gilbert Arenas has had that shit that he's been doing that type of fuck shit forever. He still does it, and he thinks this shit's funny. You're a grown man, dude. You're in your 40s. You're like almost 40 now.
He got his little friend Nick.
Oh, Nick Young is the clown of all clowns. Like, bro, I can't even stomach that shit.
Kenyon Martin be on that set one.
Oh, Kenyon Martin wants to strangle that idiot. But let's play the rest of this thing.
No one say you don't belong here, right?
Yeah.
But you got here based on going through the easiest path an Eastern Conference final team has ever had, and nobody's holding it against you.
Yeah.
I'm a Heat fan. we had some easy ass roads.
We had some easy roads.
We had some easy ass roads in 11, 12, 13, and 14. To tell me that the Pacers were supposed to be tough for us when we finished 19 games ahead of them in the standings.
They had a tough roster, really.
They had a matchup situation. They were not a team that should have even been on the floor with us. Who was the guy that gave us all the problems was Roy Hibbert.
Yes.
It wasn't anybody else. It was Roy Hibbert and Doug West and David West.
David West gave us.
Paul George was a pussy.
Granger
was washed at that point.
Paul
He got
George
hurt.
was not a pussy, bro.
Paul George
became a pussy. He became one later on. He didn't do shit against the Heat. Yes, he did.
No, he had one game in like fucking 12.
Talking about the game when he dunked on Birdman.
Bro, he got man. Miami was such a better team than that. That wasn't. Miami won a game without Chris Bosh in that series, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, because Wade had to go for 40.
Yeah, Miami won a game without Chris Bosh. So Miami's missing a player and still won, you know?
And Haslam had to go back until a starter Haslam when he started making shots.
Yeah, so let's not act like that. You're telling me that this is an easier road than the Miami Heat had? The Miami Heat could have just been given a ticket to the finals each year.
No, man. Indiana was tough.
I do think part of that, though, is because...
Was that Indiana team better than the Knicks or the Celtics or the Cavs?
Were they better than this year's Knicks?
Was they better than this year's Knicks or Cavs? No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Paul George was a fucking second-year player, man. Third-year player. They weren't. He wasn't even that guy yet.
Coming, man. Paul George.
He wasn't that guy yet. They struggled because of Hibbert. The size.
Yes, Hibbert was just
Hibbert. I think Hibbert's wife. I think Hibbert had his wife get banged by another player. Was it Gilbert Arenas?
I don't know about that. I know that's when Hibbert started doing the verticality crap, and it was tearing us up. And then Wade and
let's
LeBron
go back to this because people are complaining about you now. No one's complaining about you. They're just bitching in the morning because they got nothing else to. It's a damn show. Just saying. I'm just saying. Take a breath. Just saying. Breathe in, just saying. We chopping it up, bro. We have tangents. We go. I mean, come on, man.
Of who's in front of them now. Sure. Like if SGA got hurt in the first minute of game one and then the Pacers won, we would then look at the Pacers and be like, oh my gosh, everything broke your way every step of the way. And we would talk about it in that context. The thing for the Pacers for tonight's game and for the series, even though Siakam won Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and I would have given it to Halliburton, I made that case right after it happened. Tyrese Halliburton is very much like, as Halliburton goes, so goes the Pacers. And what I think has been interesting, if you look back to the Pacers and the Thunder, there's not that much of a body of work to look at because they only play twice a year. But in his last 2 years against the Thunder, he has been okay.
Yo, he had 14 and 10 tonight.
He's played at least 29 minutes in every game.
Rudy,
his averages.
They were pressuring his ass.
But the big one right there is only 10 shots per game. They have 4 losses this year in the playoffs. The Pacers do. So remember those numbers. 12, 8, 10, 34. In their losses this year, 11, 7,
Halliburton took 13
10,
shots tonight.
33. So how he has played in their playoff.
Who cares? This doesn't matter now. I just wanted to show you that this guy said this dumb shit about Indiana and saying that they had the easiest road in the history of the Eastern Conference Finals. Get the fuck out of here.
The only thing that they had go in their favor was Dame Lillard got hurt, but
Milwaukee wasn't winning that series even if Lillard was healthy.
Even if Lillard was healthy,
they couldn't win games with Lillard on the court all year, man. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. But that's the only thing I say went their way. Boston lost. They just lost. Even with Tatum, they lost. They blew it.
Yeah, and I don't think they were going to win that series even if he stays healthy. They lost. Didn't they lose that game? They were down in that game when he got hurt. Like it was like,
when he got hurt, the game was over.
They were down. It wasn't like that was what, game 2 or game 3?
No, that was game 4.
4? Game 4. That was game 4, and they were going to lose that game.
It was going to be 3-1.
So then they came. Oh, yeah, that's right. Then they came back and they won game 5 in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Then they lost game 6. That was what was going to happen. This wasn't the same Celtics team as last year.
Yeah, because Porzingis was not Porzingis. Don't do that, Rudy. Stop.
You're doing this shit with Porzingis again, like he played a major role in the finals last year. Like Jesus Christ.
He played a major role for that team, and Drew Holiday was banged up also.
So you're just echoing what this guy just said.
He said
Peyton Pritchard wasn't good last year, but he was sensational this year. Sixth man of the year this year.
Yeah.
Whoa. No, why? He wasn't that guy last year, and this year he's the sixth man of the year.
Yeah, they didn't need him.
What did you think? What did you think of the fact that Halliburton didn't get MVP over Pascal Siakam?
I can see it going both ways. Don't do that shit. I know Halliburton was the engine, but Pascal had big games too. Game 2, 39 points. I get it. Halliburton was.
Who was the MVP of the series with the Warriors and the Cavs? The second year with KD and Steph.
KD.
You thought he was?
I thought it was Steph.
So for the exact reason that you're sitting here saying that Pascal Siakam won is the reason that KD won.
Because he had that bad game.
He had one bad game, and they literally used Game 5 against Halliburton, and the game they got blown out in.
But Pascal had some big games, like big number games.
Yes, and so did Halliburton. He had two 30-point games. He averaged 21
triple-double.
and 11 and 6. He averaged more rebounds than Pascal Siakam had in that series. He averaged more than almost triple the assists and only 3.5 less points on less shots. They're not playing today if it's not for this dude. Now, mind you, both those guys. Either guy pulls out, they're not playing.
Exactly. That's why I don't like when people say that.
But you remove Halliburton, this team isn't even in the playoffs. And I know it's not about the season. He's that end. He made that whole team. It was not like last year wasn't even a debate to me. People made it a debate. It wasn't even a debate.
We're talking about Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. It wasn't even a debate to us.
I thought
it was Brown clearly both times to both.
But Tatum numbers was better technically.
But every big play that got made in that series was Jaylen Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, the numbers got skewed in Game 5 when Tatum had his best game by far. So.
No, I agree. I'm just saying it could have went either way, and it's a stupid award anyway. Why are we giving out an Eastern Conference Finals award anyway?
The same reason they give bitch ass shit like the fucking NBA Cup that you love, that no one cared about this year.
No, that's
that bitch ass shit that nobody cared about this year.
No.
They only cared about it in year 1. Hell, they put the fucking championship this year on a fucking Wednesday.
Who won it this year?
You don't even know exactly.
Hold on, give me a second.
I think Indiana won it.
Did Indiana win it?
I have no fucking idea. I'm just throwing out a name.
Hold
on. Let me go look. Who won the NBA Cup? They were in the championship of it the first year, right? Against the Lakers.
Damn, Indiana.
I don't know. Did they? The Bucks did. The Bucks. And they beat Oklahoma City. So, OKC had 81 points in that game. It must have been their lowest scoring game of the year. Again, they've created all these bitch-ass awards and bitch-ass trophies and all these stupid tournaments and stupid garbage like this freaking an Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Let's create a fucking award to massage these guys.
I think it's just something, I don't know. I don't get it because it's all about the Finals MVP. And even then, to a certain extent, it's like, did this player carry us the whole playoff? It should just be a playoffs MVP. How about that?
Well, then that would be like the NHL, because the NHL, last year when the Panthers won the championship at the Stanley Cup, Connor McDavid was named playoffs MVP, handed the damn trophy in Florida, and he lost. But over the playoffs,
at least he went 7.
Over the playoffs, he was the best player.
Yes,
but in the Cup, he wasn't. In the actual finals, he was not the best player. He was one of the best players. He wasn't the best player. The best player was Bobrovsky. Like, you're not winning. The Panthers don't win without Bobrovsky. I mean, he was a wall. And you could roll that way, but shit. Could you then argue that Nikola Jokic should be the fucking playoff MVP?
No, because I think you still have to. I still
you have to get there, right?
You still have to make it far. Yeah.
What if a player had 7? 40, 20, and 10 games in a 7-game series loss
In the first round or
in the
second
first round, averaging 40, 20, and 10. I don't care if it's rebounds or assists. It doesn't matter. You can flip them all either which way. If that happened, that's the best player in the playoffs.
He got to make the second round. He got
best player in the. I remember when they all were begging about having LeBron win Finals MVP when he averaged 39 in the loss to the Warriors. He shot 39% in the series.
Yes.
Like he was horrible. He was like he reminded me of shot chucker, player. Okay, horrible is the wrong word. Wholly inefficient is the right word.
I mean, but he did other things.
He shot 39%.
But he did other things that made him good.
It wasn't no value to shooting 39%.
Hey, Rudy, they was triple teaming him though.
Gives a shit. Doesn't make you the best player.
Shit, if you got to triple team me, I'm the fucking best player. If you have to triple team me, I'm the best player.
And you lost. And you weren't the best player in that series. Hell, I mean, he was, but
yes.
But even then, he was shooting 39% from the field. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I think Halliburton was the MVP of that series. I don't know how the hell they didn't give it to him. He was walking forward. Siakam was way in the back, not thinking for 1 second I'm getting an MVP here.
Oh, well, this is mine.
It's like, what? Are you sure? Did you get it? You want to know how you know who the MVP was of that series? Reggie Miller had a vote. He voted for Halliburton.
He didn't have a vote.
He did have a vote.
Out of the 9 votes?
It was 5-4 Siakam.
And Reggie was on there.
Reggie picked Halliburton.
Mm.
That's your MVP vote. And nobody else matters.
Damn.
The guy from Indiana matters.
Reggie Miller.
He voted for Halliburton.
Okay.
He knows.
What does he know about basketball?
Nothing. He shouldn't be commentating Indiana freaking Pacers Eastern Conference Finals game, hooting and hollering on the sidelines.
That's crazy.
After the game, that's just not how it should work.
So hold on.
Yeah.
If the New York Knicks, when Jeff Van Gundy was commentating for ABC and ESPN,
he never played for the Knicks.
Well, he coached for them.
Coaches coach everywhere, bro.
All right, let's see.
I'm not bugging about that. He coached the Rockets.
What? Mark Jackson.
He also, he's not the same. Yeah, I guess you could, but you know what? He'd actually be perfect. Why? He played for both.
Oh my gosh.
He played for both. He played for the Knicks and the Pacers.
But
he's a New York-born boy.
Let's say,
and then he went over to fucking Indiana, and he was talking about how he was. What did he call himself? He was the dude in Muhammad Ali's ear, whatever. Yes, he said to Reggie Miller, "You could have let him do that to you, Reg.
Mm-hmm.
You're the bad man." He fits better than Reggie Miller because Reggie Miller is just the Indiana guy. Mark Jackson would have been, I'm a New York boy, man. Who do I really want to win? I don't even know because I played for both.
Yeah, listen, I don't care who I play for. Right now, I'm a commentator. That's who writing the checks. See,
Reggie Miller and a commentator when he's fucking cheerleading on the sideline.
I'm not like these damn New York Knicks, damn old players who haven't won a championship there, and they act like they damn in high school again, and they're at the front row every game, and they're cheerleading on for the New York Knicks every damn game. I don't get that. Like Carmelo and J.R. Smith.
Oh, Carmelo's a cheerleader for the Knicks.
All of them, like y'all just played for that team, and from most of y'all didn't even like the team.
All those guys are cheerleaders now, man.
But
I think it makes them feel important because they're just because they're no longer. You can maybe attest to this. You no longer run through a tunnel. You no longer have the crowd cheering you on.
I get it.
And even coaching to playing is different, I'm sure.
100%.
You're not playing, so when you look at it, okay, so now you're not running through the tunnel, and now you feel like you're out of it. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Just saying, I don't even know what he's talking. He's just like all over the place. You're trying to distract me right now, actually.
Just saying,
and it's working, and it's actually working. But yeah, there's a difference. Like I think these guys just feel like they're missing out. What do you? I mean, what do you think? They feel like they're missing out.
I think it's a New York thing, man. Them damn New Yorkers, something about them, man. They just get on my freaking nerves every time. They just make my freaking skin itch and crawl because they just always gotta be in the limelight and doing the most. Y'all don't even play for them. Like y'all act like y'all are gonna get a ring if the New York Knicks win. Like yeah, I'm a hater. I don't care. Yeah, I'm a New York hater. I
They're,
do
tell- they're,
not.
they're telling you to leave. I'm telling me to leave you alone. I don't know what I'm doing to you. Shit, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the chat's on you. I have no idea. I'm not even reading it, to be honest. So I have no idea.
Sounds like inferiority complex.
Dude,
No.
I'm gonna be real. I hate the Knicks. Part of me was pulling for the Knicks to get to the finals, to just see what it would be like once again, because it's been such a long time. I mean, for Christ's sakes,
I just
the
wanted them
last
to
time they got there, I was in college.
I wanted them to go there and lose. So like
Well, they would have lost. They would have
heart-
lost.
I wanted to, like on a game 7 buzzer beater.
They would have lost. They wouldn't have lost. They lost in 4.
No, this is what I wanted for them, for the New York Knicks fans. Like I wanted them to have a heartbreak that they just couldn't recover from. I think that would have made my day, my life sweet, joyous, beautiful. I would have enjoyed that. That's what I need.
I think they would have lost more in 4. I think they lost in 4. They'd been wiped out. I don't know. I think they'd have been wiped out in 4. Apparently, you've forgotten more about.
I'm sorry, Manuel. I don't know, something about y'all. But I'm glad y'all didn't make it.
Don't worry, he does the same shit with the Yankees. So
Yes, I do the same thing with the Yankees.
He became a fucking cheating Houston Astros fan.
Yes, I became a cheater. Anybody against the New York Yankees, any New York team for the most part. The Giants and Jets, y'all don't win enough for me to even care. Like, okay, y'all are gonna win 6 games in the season. I'm not really gonna harp on that.
But I would have I honestly would have liked to have seen the Knicks just to see how their fan reaction and on top of that what the
Ratings.
What the ratings would have looked like for the league. What how insane the New York Knicks fans would have gotten. I mean, there's some dirty ass people, to be honest. No offense, Manuel. Y'all throwing fucking trash bags at people walking outside the arena in a Pacers jerseys, just dirtbag behavior. But yet you're sitting here getting investigations on Indiana Fever fans because some idiot on Twitter said they heard some nothing that they never heard. But you got Knicks fans throwing trash bags full of trash on top of fucking people who cheer for the other team. None of us really condone it, but there are people that do it and they fucking laugh about it, and there's videos of it, and it's just disgusting behavior. And you see other people egging them on like that shit's funny. And that's the type of thing where, yeah, if you're Gilbert Arenas now, you pull out your piece and you just mow everybody down. But then in New York, you get in trouble for that too because it's illegal to carry in New York. So then he go to jail for him being attacked.
Oh my god!
So, yeah. So the guy from Indiana was a boxer. Oh wow, that's crazy. I did not know that. They are lucky because he'd have knocked all their stupid asses out. That would have been actually karma, but he would have lost because they would have jumped him. Then they were looking for a reason to attack the guy physically, and there would have been 50 people there, but he would have knocked 5 guys out for sure. Yeah, mow everybody down. Yeah, I mean, being real, people's behavior, like, bro, it's a basketball game. You won. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
There's an animal. This behavior, this mob mentality, when teams win a sport, is just so stupid. You want to go celebrate in a parade? Go ahead and do it. When you see these fucking morons at colleges jumping on light posts and then falling off of them and potentially dying, I'm almost like, you know what? Sucks to be you, but
that's college.
Kind of deserve it.
I could see college kids being.
I don't know. That means what the hell did your parents do raising you that you're climbing up a fucking light pole and sitting on a light pole? Like, you gotta be real.
19-year-old, 18-year-old.
I was 19. I never thought about climbing up a fucking light pole. Did you?
No, but
no. Okay, then. So what are you talking about?
I'm telling you how. I mean, just because we were saying that don't mean most 18, 19-year-olds who are
But
in
there's
college
fucking
in the college
thousands of them
atmosphere
doing it.
drunk.
The people in Paris, I mean, yeah, people died over this stuff. Like, what's wrong with you? You just want a soccer game. Celebrate. Like, what are you doing? That's just,
Yeah,
it's just insanity.
I always said I don't want to
It's
be
insanity.
unalived in a stupid way.
I mean, honestly, that's why when I remember when the Heat won the championship in 06, and I watched game 6 in the parking lot in the arena, you know, in the arena, and trying to get out of that place after game 6. It took me 3 hours to leave the parking lot. And people are doing all kinds of stupid shit, and you got arrested when Indiana went to the Final Four. Oh my God, what were you doing, man? What was that, 1987? Or was it
Well,
after that? Because I know they've been back since. Was that 87? That was like 45 years ago. 40 years ago. No, it was a 40. That was like 37 years ago. Some shit like that.
yeah, I'm 30. That's my year.
Um, yeah, I don't get down with that stuff. Like I enjoy, be happy, have a party, just have a celebration. I'll do all that stuff. But this lunacy where you're attacking people for cheering on the other team, I mean, or you want to burn people's cars, tip other people. Like, you want to tip a car over, go lift your own car, but tip your own car over.
Please,
That's crazy.
please.
If I walked outside and saw people tipping my car over wherever, I got enough ammo in here that there'll be enough whatever here on the ground. Like, what are you doing? Like, they setting stuff on fire and whatever else. Like, huh? I hope the Indiana Pacers fans don't do that shit, because I think they're gonna win the series, man.
You think they're gonna win
I
this
think they're gonna.
series?
I don't think they're gonna. I think they're gonna win the series.
No way, man.
You want to bet? I got a 1-0 lead. I got a 1-0 lead now. I thought they were gonna win the series beforehand. Now I have no doubt about that. They just did exactly what they've done.
Let I
After playing a first half that was horrendous.
I take it for a hot 100.
Okay, you're gonna lose your money.
I take a hot 100. That's fine. Deal. I'm going
I'm ready.
over.
Just saying, I'm ready to deal with it. I can show you my arsenal. I ain't fighting nobody. I ain't doing none of that dumb shit. I'm too old for that crap. Don't mess with my house. Messing with my house would be the biggest mistake anyone ever does in their life. If I'm here, if I'm here,
Good luck.
good luck. You ain't walking out, or you walking out and dropping somewhere on the floor, because you ain't gonna go too much further. You've seen what I got in my house, right? I've never shown you.
No.
Bro.
Next time.
I got the fun stuff.
Good
the
luck.
one thing I don't have is the clock one. I want that. That's what I want. I want that.
They let me go with no charges after they got my shirt muddy.
What? It was a mistake. The cops, they let me go. Yeah, they threw you into the mud. Florida is a stand your ground state. I know where I live. I'm happy where I live. I love the laws of my state. I love my no state tax. I love all of it. People that talk about Florida, they all wish they lived here.
In
That's the
Indiana play
reality.
tomorrow? No, they play Saturday.
Yeah, they play Saturday. I'm doing a BKFC live watch party tomorrow night from 8 o'clock to 11:30. I have some fighters that are going to be jumping on more than likely. They told me they would, so I'm looking forward to having them on, talk about the fight while it's going on. I'll be watching it on TV and doing a live watch party for BKFC 75 tomorrow. I got one guy who's in the building who's supposed to get it, get on the show with me. I don't know if he'll be able to. I hope he can, but that'd be real cool. I got one guy who was in the camp of the champion, who said he would jump on for sure. Again, I can't hold him to it. These are, we'll see. Yeah. But they said they would, so
that'd be cool.
I haven't announced it or nothing like that. I put their pictures on because I don't want to do that, and then they not show up. Then like, why they show up? But it'll we'll see what happens. If I have them for 10 minutes, I mean, I expect to be on there for like 3.5 hours.
Yeah. So
to me, it's gonna be fun. Something different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't throwing hands. I got. Please come Please come to my house. Please, I beg you. I beg you. And that's after getting past my damn German Shepherd. You know. So,
Good luck.
you know, the Pacers play on Sunday now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're gonna have this series going to fucking August at this rate, you know, because this is what they've done now in the league, and they're gonna complain about how they need more days off. Aaron Gordon,
I mean,
bro,
yeah,
you're the same amount of games. Take it
every
easy,
other day.
Manuel. Appreciate you jumping on. Yeah, they play. What's 6-8? 6-8 Sunday. Yeah, 6-8 is on Sunday, 8 o'clock. So
The NBA finals usually give you like they do give you like 3 days in between every now and
it's
then though.
fucking stupid, bro.
What you want every other day?
Dude, get this shit over with, bro. We've been doing this since the beginning of fucking April. Like,
But that's how it's been forever. What you
no, it
want to change it
hasn't.
now?
Forever? What is your definition of forever?
No,
You mean the last decade?
they did
Yeah,
extend
okay.
it. They
The
extended
last
it.
decade, sure. Forever? No.
They extended it because
They've
first of all,
made this
it used to be best of 5 first round.
dude. Yes, they did. Exactly. They changed that to 7 games. I could have used that in 1990 fucking, I don't know, 8 and 9.
Let it go, man. Let
I
it
could have used
go.
that in 2000. Was it 2000 also? I
Let
could have
it
used that
go.
for 3 seasons against the fucking Knicks.
Let it go.
I mean, I'm not. They've extended these things. They give these guys so many damn days off. They literally start the season now. They're starting the season damn near middle of October now because they give so many days off, and then the guys are still complaining. Oh well, we don't get that much of an off break. Well then just don't make the playoffs. You'll be good.
You have the whole.
You'll be good. You'll have from middle of April to all the way to middle of October. You're good. You know, but no. You want to make the playoffs? Well, this is your punishment
You
for
want to be
making the
great.
playoffs.
You
You're
wanna be
playing
great?
until the end of June. You got what? July, August, and by mid-September you're in camp. You get
Jose.
doing it.
I'm watching. I'm watching.
Huh?
I'm watching Jose.
What? Since nobody's watching, they should play. They should play every other night. Oh, by the way, folks, I don't know if you saw it, but the ratings for the Indiana Fever game on Tuesday on NBA TV were down to 330,000. That's almost a 50% drop off from the last Caitlin Clark game on NBA TV. But they'll tell you that Caitlin Clark isn't the reason that people watch this shit. Fucking crazy. It even dropped from last week's game. You know, but
They're freaking shining stars that
the
she's.
shit's not, I mean, and I'll tell you what, that she had an interview today where I don't think that was promising. She's not going to play next week. I don't think she's playing next week. She's if she felt good, she'd be literally freaking telling you, I'm ready to roll. Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be surprised I'd be surprised if she even plays next week, quite honestly.
They got to keep their head above water till she get back.
They won a game finally.
Yeah.
I mean, but their fucking hardship player leading the damn way.
I was gonna say, what do you think about her before we get off? I don't want to keep you too long.
What do I think of her? She surprised me. I didn't think nothing of her, and I mean, I was like, okay. She gave them a massive spark of energy. She played hard on defense. You know, she used the word out in her press conference where she said, "I'm in survivor mode." I think she meant survival mode.
Yes.
But she played that way. She played like someone who had everything to lose.
You know how to
like everything to gain,
WNBA
nothing,
is.
everything to gain, and everything to lose is what she played. Like she had to play as hard. You're gonna play every second like it was the last second of that game. And I don't. And she played. She sparked them.
Tough.
She was the reason. I mean, other players played well, like Lexi Hull and Kelsey Mitchell, but she was the reason they won that game. If she's not on that team, they would have lost that game.
You wanted to cut Lexi.
I never said that. I said trade. Don't do that here. I gotta have a whole bunch of people fucking going to my ass again. My opinion of Lexi Hull hasn't changed.
You saw
it hasn't changed.
You saw Lexi beat somebody off the dribble and finish with her left hand.
I was shocked. I thought she was sick. She must have caught a cold or something. My opinion has she played well? Yeah, she has, and I'm very happy for her. I want her to play well. I've also watched her shy away from the wide open shot. I've also watched her shy away from the wide open layup. But she played well, and I'm happy she played well. They need her to average double digits. They need it. You know? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, was I wrong? Sure. Yeah, I was wrong. She's done a lot more than I expected, way more than last year. And I mean, good for her. I'm glad to see it because in Unrivaled, she didn't do none of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I never said that I would cut her. Like, see, that's what you just did now. I never said I would cut her. I said I would trade her.
Oh my
They
god.
vote her, if they vote her an all-star, it just shows that the league has no fucking talent, though. Come on, man.
They vote her for All-Star.
If they vote her for all-star, it's just
They're trying to get some good-looking women out there.
If you say so.
Huh?
If you say so.
You don't think she's a good-looking woman?
I think she's average, bro.
For the
I think
WNBA,
she's average. Okay, see, you're grading on a curve.
yes.
What is she for Miami?
From Miami, she's a 6.5, 7.
Shut the fuck up. No, she's not.
Let me go look at Lexi.
For Miami standards.
I can't go off of her basketball pictures because she be all sweaty and looking a mess.
Bro, she looks the same.
No, come on, Rudy.
You think that's a 6.5 in Miami?
Yes, man.
All right.
Hold on, let me look at this.
We can move on then. We can move on.
Let me see this picture load up a little bit better.
Load up a little bit better. Sophie Cunningham's a 6.5 in Miami.
Sophie Cunningham?
She's a 6.5 in Miami.
She don't have no body. It depends on what you want. Like
I'm talking about face. I'm talking about there. That's all. I'm not talking
face?
about anything else. What are you grading? Huh?
She have moments.
I look, I don't think much of either of them.
I can see a 6 and I can see an 8.
Bro, you must really have really bad grades. You must be giving women, bro. Don't you remember Kevin Samuels?
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce was an 8.
He's a nut. He
wasn't.
Beyonce's not an 8, man. In no way in the history of Beyonce an 8. If you see Beyonce walk past you on the street, you will not say that young lady is an 8. No way. She's at least a 9.
So she's not a 10. And you just called Lexi Hull an 8?
No.
You just called, which one did you just call one of them an 8? You called her an 8 in Miami?
I said she could be between. Some days she looked like an 8. Some days
she could never be an 8. If you're telling me that Beyonce's a 9, she's never going to be an 8.
I say you said just the face, right?
Yeah, she's not an 8.
You know what, man? This is subjective.
It is subjective, and I'm very, very surprised at you. I'm actually very disappointed at you. You want to agree with these folk? Go ahead, man. Because I'll tell you right now, you want to know who's probably one of the most attractive players in the WNBA now?
Who?
Kiki Irvin out of Washington, D.C. Washington Mystics. Go look at her.
Kiki who?
Kiki Irvin out of Washington Mystics.
How you spell her last name?
Eiriafen.
I think I seen her the other day.
Look at her draft picture.
Kiki.
Yeah, look at her look at her team picture. I mean.
Oh, that's the tall one.
Mm-hmm. That's the one that Angel Reese fans should be fucking caring about, not Angel Reese.
Oh.
Beyonce wasn't even the hottest one in the fucking Destiny's Child. Fucking Kelly Rowland was.
I'm not going there with you.
I'm going there. Everyone knows that.
Everybody doesn't know that. I don't know that.
Oh, so you're a colorist, huh? That's what you're saying.
I'm going to sleep, man. I'm going to bed.
No, you were asking me. No, she made them win. She got them that win in that game. No, Ari McDonald played great. She doesn't shoot the ball well. She was 2 of 7, but her energy, her intensity. Mm-hmm. She drew 3 charges in the one game.
Mm-hmm.
In one game.
Some people don't do that all year.
All year. She threw 3 in one game. It was incredible. I mean, her juice to that game was just crazy. Not the LeBron juice, but her juice to that game was crazy.
I have a problem with black
He's
chicks.
married to a black chick, man. I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what he's saying. He think Beyonce hotter than freaking Kelly Rowland. Oh Lord, have mercy.
And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person who thinks that.
Yeah, they're all colors.
But I could.
Because most of the reason is because I don't like dark skinned girls.
No, I love dark skinned women.
Think that you're dark skinned.
I just think that don't mean I have to like dark skinned women. You know, I can like white women. I can like purple
You
women.
can like whoever the fuck you want, man.
Yes, exactly.
You can like whoever you want. The fact of the matter is, I thought she played great. Colorist is used down here a whole lot amongst people that I know. Shit. Most people that I know, they use that term a whole lot, and they're all black who use that shit. So, no, I thought she played incredibly well, and then she was the reason they won that game. Her energy, and I hope she stays on the team. I just don't know what they're gonna do.
You know how this shit
once.
Gets.
What?
You know how this goes in the WNBA.
If they cut her and keep Brianna Turner or whatever, shit, or cut Michaela Timpson for whatever reason, because now Damaris Dantas is leaving for 4 games. The WNBA allows their players to leave the team to go play international basketball during the season.
Hold on.
During the season.
I saw somebody just say that Dantas is leaving.
Dantas is taking 4 games off to go play for Team Brazil in the AmeriCup W at the end of June to beginning of July. Team USA sends a bunch of college girls. The rest of the countries, they play professionals. So they're taking WNBA players. And Brazil is taking Camila Cardoso and Damaris Dantas from WNBA teams. Here's the thing. The Sky actually have bigs. The Fever have no bigs besides fucking Aaliyah Boston. Everybody else is a small power forward. And it's ridiculous. If you just saw also, the Dallas Wings have their 2 centers being pulled to play over in Europe in the next 2 weeks, and one of them is going to miss 9 games. That's literally a quarter of the season. This is what the WNBA allows these players to do, and they want people to take this fuckery seriously. They want them to take this stupid league seriously.
I didn't know that, Rudy.
How can you take a league seriously when they're letting players do this type of bullshit?
I didn't know that.
Neither did I until yesterday.
Is this like a special thing? Every year?
It'll be like FIBA.
So every 2 years?
Yeah, remember, like, you'd have, but when the NBA has players, they got fucking, like, washouts playing that are not in the NBA, or they got college guys, or they got G League level guys, or they got guys that are playing overseas or whatever. They don't take NBA players. You're thinking NBA. Oh, hey, Boston, you want to send me Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown for the next 3 weeks? You can miss. But the thing is, you miss 4 games in the NBA. That's literally like a percent of your season. You miss 4 games in the WNBA. That's 10% of the year.
That's
like you only have 44 games.
Yes.
You miss 9 games? Bruh. Yeah, DeWanna Bonner says that winning and losing. DeWanna Bonner said after a game in a press conference. I listen to these press conferences now because I'm just sitting here like, man, these women are dumb.
So you could tear them up.
This woman said it's better to fight than to win. After they lost.
But hold on.
They were down 16.
No, I get.
Came back, took the lead.
No.
And then says it's better to know that we could fight than to win. She said it. Quote.
I want to win, but if we are losing, I love that we fought hard.
That's not what she said.
I get. That's what I'm telling you.
I don't care what you want to freaking. I don't care what you. They had the lead on their home floor against the worst team in the league, and they blew it after coming back. And she said that dumb shit while they were giggling and laughing the entire press conference after Bonner hit a bank shot off the fucking closing her eyes, the whole 9.
What's the press conference? How are you supposed to be on a press conference? You got to be mad every time? I'm just asking a question.
You just lost the worst team in the WNBA on your home floor. You were down by 16 for most of the game. You were getting whipped most of the game. Outside of a 4 or 5 minute stretch, you were getting slaughtered the whole game. You came back, whatever, but then you blew it.
It did come back.
And Marine, and this is the coach's former team, Bonner's former team, and Marina Mabry is dusting y'all up and down the floor. And you got them laughing and giggling in the fucking press conference. Hell, did you hear the Dallas Wings press conference where they're asking Dejanay Mustard Carrington, the dirtiest player in the history of the WNBA, about her makeup regimen after losing?
No.
They asked her about her makeup regimen. How does her face stay so beat? How does your makeup stay so well? Well, toner spray and blah, blah, blah. They just lost. Is this what we're asking? This is why I want credentials to a game so I can ask a question.
You're gonna get thrown out.
Oh, I want them to throw me out. I'm gonna ask them a real question, and they're gonna be like, huh?
Yeah.
You can't ask that. That's not allowed here.
A question.
Questions aren't allowed here. We want to revoke your credential right now. WNBPA, we cannot have this person asking questions. Nah, bro. You saw DJ Carrington's dirtbag play again? Oh my god, that woman. She committed 2 flagrant fouls and they only called 1 in the game. She literally, the definition of the flagrant foul on the landing area is a flagrant foul, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, the girl's up in the air shooting the ball from 15 feet out. Gabby Williams. DJ Carrington's like 4 feet from her when she's in the air shooting, and she ends up underneath her, contesting her while her waist is at DJ Carrington's fucking face.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Comes down, rolls her ankle. They don't call that a flagrant foul. It's literally the definition of the landing zone area thing. And she didn't like jump from like the shot to like 3 or 4 feet forward. It was up and down. Like, I think that rule is stupid. Like the 3-foot thing, I think is stupid. You get 1 foot, like, and it's forward.
Yeah.
Because Steph Curry takes that shit and jumps in the air and then moves sideways into people. Like, nah. And then she jumps. Did you see the video I did on it?
No, I didn't see that one yet.
She goes to defend. She tries to run down. She tries to run down Skylar Diggins on a layup on a fast break. She's in the air like this with her body contorted backwards. Diggins is up here in front of her. She comes down with both arms, hits her across the face with both arms, and Diggins still makes the layup. But again, they're acting like they're LeBron and they catch the ball off the top of the backboard on a rundown. No, her hands were still a foot under the backboard.
Yeah, of course.
Like, they can't jump. They're not athletic enough to do this type of shit. She was so far behind. She caught up at the end, and there's this fucking wakata. And then Diggins goes right into the fucking the basketball post.
Damn.
That was a flagrant.
Draymond.
Dude, she's got 3 flagrants in 8 games. And they didn't call one in the last game. She's going to pass Draymond Green's flagrant foul numbers in a season and a half. He's got like 21 over going to last year, or end of this year, beginning of this year. He had 21 flagrant fouls going to beginning of this year. His career, almost 1,000 games. She's got 3 in 8. She's going to have she's on the pace to have 17 flagrant fouls in 44 games. I'd be very professional. I would just ask them very matter-of-fact questions. That's what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
I'd ask them real questions. The same questions I watch media ask all the time in real sports.
Next question.
If they want to do that, they're entitled to do that. But they're going to get asked it, and then they're going to be people asking, me, oh, shit.
I would love to see you ask Angel Reese a question.
Bro, I would love to get a credential to that shit, but their credential process is a little bit different in Indiana. They don't have it on their website. I got an email for that shit. Oh, Lord. That's work. That's work.
Oh my God.
We'll see. But
Angel, what were you thinking when you went up 5 times in a row for that layup and the lady was standing right there and she blocked your shot?
Well, they'd have to come to my house to arrest me because it's a press conference via Zoom. They allow Zoom press conferences for their post-game pressers. That's why I did it. I don't have to be there. They don't have to give me a seat. I can do it from my seat right here. So, yeah. I mean, I've had my credentials revoked by University of Miami. I did because I fucking criticized them. They want shills. I'm not a shill, bro. I'll never be that guy. You want brutal honesty? I'll give you brutal honesty. Shit. It's a sport. Ben Daniel, man, he thinks Aaron Judge stinks until Aaron Judge wins the World Series. Doesn't matter how many MVPs Aaron Judge wins.
That's crazy.
He's right. Until you win the World Series, it doesn't matter what you're doing in the regular season. Honestly, you know that.
Baseball is probably the most impactful sport. I mean, you can have an impact, but you can't carry a team.
Nah, but he sucked. He sucked.
No, I get that part.
He sucked.
I get that part, but you can't carry a team in baseball like you can in.
I agree. You cannot not like basketball. You can't hit 160.
You can't hit 160.
You can't hit you can't go from hitting 310 to hitting 160.
You can't do that.
Like
you can't do that.
You can't strike out every other at bat. Like,
you can't do that.
You know, I love Aaron Judge, but yeah, I need this man to do what he does in the regular season in the playoffs. Like I need to see that shit in the World Series.
I don't know what sport 160 is a good average in.
What sport is 160 good average? None. None. It's not good at anything. Shit.
That's not a good 3-point percentage.
That's not good in anything.
I mean, that might be a good Angel Reese layup percentage.
No, that'd be lower than what she's doing right now. God,
I'm not gonna do that. That was rude of me. I'm sorry. I take that back.
No, it wasn't. Anyhow, it is what it is. But anyhow, folks, I appreciate you jumping on tonight. Nick, thank you for jumping on with me this evening because I wanted to go back and forth about this game. Incredible. I mean, that last quarter got me interested in watching the rest of this shit. I ain't gonna lie.
I got Rudy, guys.
No, you didn't get me because that first half had me sleeping. But I have this bad feeling we're gonna have 145 to 110 game as well in this series, and I'm gonna fucking god.
Well, OKC will win next game by 30.
I don't think so. I think their heart just got taken. I could be wrong.
Man.
I could be wrong. I mean, I watched Indiana win 2 games on the home court, games 1 and 2 in Cleveland and in New York.
Did OKC lose to Denver game 1?
Did they? I don't know. Yeah, they did. They did. They won in 7 though. They didn't win in fucking 4 or 5. They won in 7.
I just said they're just gonna win this. They're gonna win this series.
Okay, that means they're gonna win in 7.
6.
You think they're gonna win game 6 in Indiana?
6.
You don't think all the racist Indiana fans are gonna show up and start pelting Shea Gilgeous-Alexander with racial slurs? Angel Reese will be sitting in the stands with her recorder and tweeting to her friend to post this on X and message, you need to post this on X. I got them.
OKC in 6.
OKC in 6. Well, you're gonna owe me $100 when it's over in fucking 5.
We'll see.
Shit. Anyhow, folks, appreciate y'all jumping on board tonight. This is Full Court Press, Rudy's Rant. You have a good one, man. You good? Anything else you got?
I'm good.
All right, man. Y'all make sure you check out the videos that I'm about to drop. I had to record them actually, so it's 12:30 already. Goddamn. All right, folks. I'll be up for a while, man. Y'all have a good night. Come on now.
I don't know how you do it.